What's going on, trainers? It's Stein here, bringing you another episode out of my domain. Now, today on here on SteinsDomain, we have something a little bit different for you, as you can see on your screen with the battle save that you're about to watch. Before I begin, if you can, go down there, hit the like button for me. Let me know you guys enjoy the content that I put out, because I love putting out these videos for you guys. And my like goal is 5 likes, so if I hit that like goal, it makes me happy. So if you want to make me happy because you enjoy my videos, then go down there, just hit the like button for me. Also, leave a comment on anything you see in this video. At any point, anything you want to say, leave it in the comments. And I read them all. So if you can, just, if you want to, go ahead and leave it there. But yeah, so looking at the teams that we have, look at this matchup. I have let's go over his team first of all. Let's go over his team. He has the Blastoise, the Landorus, Salamence, Trevenant, Talonflame, and Sceptile. So most of that is really good. Sceptile is great, but he's underused. He's lesser used. I hate saying underused because the tiering system, that Smogon goes by is, kind of fluid, but it doesn't always reflect everything perfectly, but he is a lesser used Pokemon, as is Blastoise, but Blastoise is very good as well, especially Mega Blastoise with that Mega Launcher ability. But overall, the team is a very good team, very big Pokemon. Talonflame, I don't even have to talk about. But my team has Duosion, Scyther, Pikachu, Riolu, Rhydon, and Dusclops. Now, some of you might have seen the Riolu if you watched the last few episodes. Like I said, if you haven't, you should go back and watch them. But that's the team. It's not fully evolved. It's not very intimidating, other than fear factor, because you're not sure what's going to happen most of the time. So I'm going to go over them real quick. The Duosion is a especially defensive Eviolite set with Calm Mind, Protect, Recover, and Future Sight. Future Sight's there basically for utility of if you can sometimes make them switch or force them to switch out of or into something, depending on what's happening. If they have a Dark type Pokemon, there's a good chance they'll switch into the Dark type Pokemon if they can. Sometimes it really depends. It's there to be a wall. Scyther is one of my sweepers. He has an Eviolite also, can usually take a nice hit. Agility, Quick Attack, U-turn, and Air Slash, the physical one, whichever one it is, whatever it is, the physical, air, wind attack, flying attack, wind. Pikachu, physical, Volt Tackle, Knock Off, Brick Break, and Knock Off, Brick Break, and can't even see their moves. Oh, Agility. Brick Break, Knockoff, Volt Tackle, and Agility. Riolu, as you saw, is the Detect, Copycat, Drain Punch, and Crunch set that I was using. Rhydon is a physical tank with Earthquake, Stone Edge, Mega Horn, and Curse. And Dusclops is a Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp, Seismic Toss, and Protect. Yeah. So, Dusclops is a Pokemon that a lot of people use because it's a very well-known physical tank, or just in general tank. It can tank a lot on either side with the Eviolite. Mine has the leftovers, I believe. The Scyther, a lot of people know about, but, looking at this team, it's not very intimidating, not very powerful, but I want to prove that even teams that are not fully evolved can stand a chance in OU, depending on, trainer skill level and the tactics used. I'm not using this as a gimmick. I'm using this as a strategy. That's what I want to make a point about. A lot of people think that certain things are gimmicky, and I don't like that. I think it's a lot about strategy. If you know what you're doing, the point is that it doesn't really matter what you're using if you really know what you're doing. So let's get right into this battle. I did slow it down so I have enough time. I lead off with the Dusclops because I wasn't exactly sure what he was going to do, and I figured it was probably my best overall, but he led off with a Trevenant, and I didn't want to sit here on a Trevenant, so I switched directly out into the Pikachu because I know that Pikachu's knockoff usually can OHKO a Trevenant unless it's like fully defensively invested. Usually, it really I think I've only not killed it once with a knockoff. So I know that right away knockoff is gonna that was a critical hit. It usually does around like 80 or 90%, and I think I usually have some extra damage on it. That's probably why it usually kills. I'll also look up the damage calculator, but he comes into the Salamence, and I don't know if I outspeed it. I really didn't think I would, but I didn't want to switch into it either way, so he goes for an Outrage, and it takes out the Pikachu, unfortunately. He gets the Moxie boost also. Now I know what the best thing to do is to go into Riolu, who is all seen as a beast, and detect one turn to hopefully let him fall into confusion, or at least, waste more time until he does get confused. But to my luck, I think he actually does get confused on the first turn, on this last turn right here, so he does right there. Second turn, confusion. So now I get to go for a Copycat, copy his Outrage, and hit him with it. and luckily he gets confused and hits himself, so I don't have to take any more damage. So now I can go for another copycat and use another outrage, which would automatically kill it. He switches into the Landorus. He doesn't want his Salamence to go down. Outrage still does 22%. Now, the thing is that I'm not copycatting it this time. Every time I use it after the first Outrage, I'm not copycatting it. But I don't think that he realized that when he switched out of the Salamence. But he goes for the Superpower, and I'm still going for Outrages, so it takes him down nicely. But I, luckily, actually get second turn confused also. Now I say lucky because this means I can use Prankster Outrage one more time, as long as I don't hit myself. So I go once more, Prankster, copycat my last Outrage, and kill him with it. Riolu just took down a Trevenant, not a Trevenant, a Landorus, and the Trevenant's also gone, which is really nice. So he has to go into a Brave Bird to take out the Riolu, because he doesn't know what else to do with it. So he has to Brave Bird Talonflame the Riolu to get rid of it. So I go out into Rhydon, who can easily tank this. Basically, whatever he wants to do, it can tank. So he goes for a U-turn, and I believe I went for a Stone Edge? Yeah, I went for a Stone Edge on the Sceptile. And it does a lot of damage to it, but he gets a Citrus Berry on Burden, which I know is going to be a problem, especially with the 4x weakness to Grass. So I switch into the only Pokemon that I think is really worth switching into 4x Grass Stab, which is my 4x Grass Resist. So the Giga Drain doesn't do anything, which is perfect. And I know that he probably can't kill me in one hit, so I can easily go for an Agility to outspeed him after his Unburden, which is exactly what I do. I go for Agility and I outspeed him now. So now in this turn, I know one Aerial Ace will easily take it out. From that range, Sceptile does not have much tankiness, and once I matched his speed with the Agility, it doesn't matter. So he goes into the Talonflame, and he probably should have Brave Birded here, but I go for a Quick Attack, and he goes for a U-turn. He probably predicted a switch, because, you know, obviously I'm thinking he would have Brave Birded, but I think I also outspeed his Brave Bird. I knew I wouldn't do that much damage, but I figured I'll just do a little bit with the Quick Attack, you know? But, you know, he U-turns, so I get another attack. So I do another Quick Attack to finish off the Salamence, even though I probably would have outsped it anyway. Quick Attack was just the easiest way to make sure that I killed it, and I knew from that range it was dead. So he brings back in Talonflame, and here we go. I go for one more Quick Attack to bring it down even more, which I think I do outspeed his Brave Bird. I think that's what he used right now, yeah. So I do still outspeed his priority Brave Bird with a Quick Attack, because of the 2x Agility speed. But there goes Talonflame basically knocked out now. So now I know let's bring right back in Rhydon. Now I'm thinking he can either U-turn out into the Blastoise, in which case my best move to use is the Earthquake, because that's the strongest move I'll have to use against it. Or he'll Roost, and you know, it won't matter, because I'll Earthquake him. Or he'll Brave Bird or Flare Blitz himself to death. So I use Earthquake, but he killed himself first anyway. Now the Blastoise comes in, and I don't obviously want to stay in with the Rhydon, but I don't really want to switch out because it's kind of useless. Rhydon's going to die anyway, and nothing wants to take a hit. I didn't know if he was going to go for an Aura Sphere, because I forgot that he had it. That was just my fault. But he goes into the Dusclops, and I know he has Dark Pulse. So my best bet is really to Will-O-Wisp them and try to stall it out. All I have left is the Dusclops and the Duosion, and both of them are Wally Pokemon. I'm really hoping that Duosion can take a Dark Pulse and then Calm Mind and start recovering the damage off. That's really what I'm really hoping for at this point. Once I let Dusclops go down to some Dark Pulses. Because Dusclops can't outspeed it, so there's no way I can get another, well, I can't get any Pain Splits off. Because that's not going to happen, because he's going to outspeed me anyway. So I just decided to protect stall his Blastoise just a little bit. And now it comes down to the last two Pokemon. You see that, right? All those Pokemon on his side and my side come down to a Duosion versus a Blastoise. So I protect, just get one more turn of Burn Stall on him. That's really all I can do, is get another turn of Burn Stall. And Dark Pulse does 58%, and I get my Calm Mind off right here on this Dark Pulse. Now, you'd think he did 58% with the first one. I don't think he can take me down with another Dark Pulse. But wait. So I'd protect and get some, and let him, you know, take some more damage. Dark Pulsing. And I'm going to go for a Recover on the next turn. But for some reason, without a crit, it takes me out. I really didn't think it should have been able to take me out, at that range, given how much it did the first time, and after I calm minded. But apparently it did, and he won the battle. So think about this. All I would have had to have done to have won that battle differently, there's only one thing that would have had to have been done differently. I would have had to have had Toxic instead of Will-O-Wisp on the Dusclops. If I had Toxic on the Dusclops, that Blastoise would have been dead after all those turns. That's all, that's all Dusclops would have killed was the Blastoise. It's not even like I would have Toxic stalled the entire team. He would have Toxic stalled a Blastoise. And look at how the rest of the team comes up against that team. Again, this is just me. I just want to prove a point about, not fully evolved Pokemon and what some people call gimmicky strategies. So if you guys enjoyed that battle as much as I did, please go down there, leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you guys think about it. Because I think some people should be looking into this as a viable strategy. Using using 6 like this is probably a really bad idea, but I've been using 1 or 2 on every OU team lately to great success, and I'm going to start posting more videos of that coming up. So thank you guys for watching this battle. If you can, go down there, leave a like, and subscribe, because I put out Pokemon content, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So I'll see you guys next time on SteinsDomain.